Imagine a country with some of the most advanced technology in the world, a rich culture, and a long history. Now, picture that country slowly shrinking, not in its physical size, but in the number of people living there. That country is Japan. Today, we dive into a pressing issue Japan is facing, its declining population. Japan, the fourth largest economy in the world, is seeing a population decline like never before. Over the past 15 years, the population has decreased year after year, and 2024 was no different. The country lost over 861,000 people, continuing a trend that's been growing for decades. So, what's behind this? Well, Japan is experiencing a demographic crisis. In 2023, only 730,000 births were recorded, the lowest number since records began. Meanwhile, deaths reached the staggering 1.58 million. This means more people are dying than being born. Japan's fertility rate, the average number of children born to each woman, has been well below replacement level for decades. The fertility rate fell to as low as 1.29 in 2004, which is far from the 2.1 children needed to maintain the population size. Experts warn that unless drastic measures are taken, Japan's population could shrink by nearly a third by 2070, with older adults making up over 40% of the population. This aging population poses serious risks, including labor shortages and increased demand for healthcare services. It's not just that fewer people are being born. Japan has one of the fastest aging populations in the world. As of now, nearly 30% of Japan's population is over the age of 65. This number is expected to rise to 40% by 2070. This is creating a huge burden on Japan's workforce. With fewer young people entering the job market, it's becoming harder for the economy to keep up. The country will need millions of new workers in the coming decades, and that's where things get tricky. To combat the labor shortage, Japan is slowly beginning to open its doors to foreign workers. By 2040, Japan could face a shortage of nearly 1 million workers. This is where immigration comes in, but it's not an easy fix. Japan has historically been cautious about immigration, and many foreigners face cultural and language barriers that make it difficult for them to settle permanently. Still, some businesses are actively recruiting overseas talent, particularly in healthcare and construction. So, how does this declining population impact Japan's economy? A smaller, aging workforce means less productivity, fewer taxes collected, and higher spending on healthcare and pensions. In fact, Japan is already experiencing a strain on its social security Government system. Forecasts suggest that by 2040, Japan could face a labor force deficit of nearly 1 million workers. This is a massive challenge for the nation's economy, which is heavily reliant on its workforce in manufacturing and technology sectors. So, what is the Japanese government doing to tackle this issue? They have implemented several initiatives to try and boost the birth rate. Financial incentives for families, such as child allowances, are one part of the solution. Policies to improve work-life balance are also being pushed to make it easier for couples to have children. However, experts say these efforts may not be enough. The societal shift needed to encourage larger families isn't happening fast enough, and cultural factors such as the delay in marriage and childbirth are difficult to change. Japan is also turning to technology to help cope with its shrinking workforce. Robots and AI are increasingly taking over tasks that were once performed by humans. From manufacturing to healthcare, automation is playing a bigger role in everyday life. While this tech is helping to fill the gap, it's not a long-term solution to the population problem. Robots can't replace human creativity and problem-solving skills, and automation won't help with the social and economic costs of an aging population. Japan's population decline isn't just an internal problem, it has global implications. As one of the largest economies in the world, a shrinking Japan could impact global trade and the supply chain. Countries like China and South Korea, which are also facing demographic challenges, may follow similar paths. So, what can be done to solve this problem? Japan will likely need a mix of policies that encourage birth rates, integrate foreign workers more fully into society, and invest in technologies that can support an aging population. Japan's population decline is a challenge that could define the future of the nation, but it's not an impossible one to overcome. With the right combination of policy, technology, and societal change, Japan can adapt to the new realities of the 21st century. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos on global issues.